Oh, yeah, bud. What's up, everybody? This is me, Jason E. What's going on, YouTube? And I might be talking to my Facebook page friends too. What's up? I was gonna bring up a story. You see, back in 93, I used to live in Saudi Arabia with my parents. At the time, I was 19 years old. And you see, in Saudi Arabia, somebody under 16 is not allowed, over 16 as a boy, boys are not allowed into Saudi Arabia because that's just the way teenagers are. They just don't allow that from Westerners or foreign countries like the United States or Great Britain or Australia or Germany or France or Italy or whatever. But since I had a visual handicap and disability, I was able to live with them for a year. I was able to go to Saudi Arabia. Very, very rarely does a 19-year-old kid be able to experience going to Saudi Arabia. That is definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience, I must say. But anyway, while we were in Saudi Arabia, we lived in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. That's a big city. I think the population is probably around, I don't know, 2 million, 2 to 3 million people. And it's right. It's kind of like Corpus Christi. It's off the shore of the Red Sea, and the Red Sea is beautiful water. Oh man, you wouldn't imagine, because the water is so calm. But I'm not talking about that. Maybe I'll talk about that some other time. But what we did was, when you go to Saudi Arabia, you think of the mountains are just sand dunes, but not all the mountains are, not all of Saudi Arabia is sand dunes. They've got about 30 miles off the coast of the Red Sea, and real close to Jeddah, they've got mountains that are over 10, 12,000 feet tall. And these aren't scope mountains. These mountains just go. That means you know how the sea level, the sea level is Red Sea, but these mountains, it's sea level all the way through till you get the mountains, and they just shoot up to 10, 11,000 feet. So the mountains look a lot taller than what they would if they were in Colorado. I mean, they're really tall, and these mountains are just solid rock. But we were going up the escarpment, what do you call them, the roads. These roads that they build that travel up the side, the escarpment of the mountain, are really well built roads. But we're going up these roads, these well built highways, and what the roads do is when they go up, they have little tunnels through the escarpments, the overpasses, and but anyway, we got to the top, or we were halfway up. We were about 3/4 of the way up to the top, about 80%. And we stopped to look over the mountain, see how beautiful the scenery was. So we were riding in a caravan, because you have to ride in a caravan, and we were driving a bunch of Nissans caravan. I think they were Toyotas or Nissans, but they're white cars. Pretty much all of the Westerners' cars in either you're a Saudi Arabian, you're driving a Mercedes-Benz, or you're Westerner and driving, loan cars. But we all stopped we had about 6 cars. We all stopped to look over the side, and when we looked over the side, we noticed that we had baboons coming up the mountain. I mean, I'm not talking 2 or 3. I'm talking about 100 of them. They were coming up the mountain because they feed them. They feed the things. So So we were stopped, and we just kind of stood there for a while and just, oh, they're not going to come up here. All of a sudden, these things just start running up. Hundreds of them just start running up to where we were. So we didn't hang around and smell the coffee, brother. We just scooted our rear ends into the car. We got in the car, and we just kind of waited a bit. And these little rascals started climbing on the cars and banging on the hoods and all that stuff. So we just said, oh man, I think it's about time for us to scoot on out of here. So we honked the horn. The little rascals jumped off the cars, and we just drove off. And I thought that was kind of funny. We had a video camera. This was back in '93, and I just thought I'd share that. We experienced some pretty interesting stuff. Maybe I'll, if I get enough comments or likes on this, or if people like it or whatever, I'll say some other instances that we experienced when we were in Saudi Arabia. It's all good, friends. So you guys have a wonderful night, and thanks for watching.